Well, hello guys, welcome. I hope everyone's been having a good week and an even better weekend coming up. This is the card we're going to be making today. However, this is not into a card form yet. It is only the card front, but if I tilt this, I'm trying to pick up some of that beautiful little glimmer that is in there. This was one of the new goodies that I recently showed you last week before last. I've slept since then, and it was a Hero Arts. Oh, what was the name of that? It was Flourishy Christmas Tree Stencil, and it is a 4 stencil set. Very quickly, right before we get into it, I gotta brag. I've got to tell you, card class last Friday, it was jam-packed full. There was only 1 or 2 people that could not make it this time, and I want you to look at what one of my wonderful friends, fellow crafter, brought me. Isn't that adorable? But I didn't want to be holding it when I started the video because I didn't want you to think that's what we were making today, although that would be a really good idea. Isn't that sweet? Just love it. I'll keep this. I'm going to have to find a way to put it in a box or something with the Christmas decorations so it doesn't get bent up, because I guarantee you the peppermint, oh yeah, I'll be drinking that for sure. And then my other thought was, okay, do I get more pods to put back in there, or do I get some of those little terracotta pots, you know, the little mini pots? And I thought, wouldn't that be cute to put those in there? They would be very lightweight and they could be decorated, and then this could be set out at Christmas, maybe put little treats in them or just more decorations or something. But I was so impressed, made my heart so happy. And I want to point out, I don't remember where I heard it, but somebody had said the other day that Heartfelt Creations was going out of business. And to be honest, guys, I had never heard of Heartfelt Creations. I've got my little packing slip here. I mean, I didn't order just a whole lot. I did get a pack of the mirror gold cardstock and the mirror silver. Actually, I got 3 of the gold and 2 of the silver. And something I've never tried before, Regini Chala's frosting powder. And I thought, give it a try, because they're cheap. Their prices were amazing. Amazing. Nowhere on their website did they say they were going out of creation. But you might hop over there, kind of give a look, see if there is something in there that you can get, because the prices are so good. And then these really intrigued me. They are Stack and Store daubers. You get 6 in a pack, and they were inexpensive enough. I just went ahead and ordered 3. And if I can get one of these open, here we go. I want to slide this out and show this to you because I thought this was just unique. They're triangles, and that foam is kind of dense, and it's very soft and smooth, and they do stack. So you use one and you get done with that color, you can just restack. Well, maybe not on the very bottom, but you see what I'm saying? I mean, you can have these out, finger goes in there, and because they are triangle shaped, I've never seen triangle shaped, and I thought, oh, that would be awesome to use with stencils and things. So I picked these up, and hopefully I'll be able to show them coming up, hopefully. And so I just wanted to give a shout out to Heartfelt Creations. It makes my heart sad whenever anybody is struggling, and right now the crafting industry is kind of struggling as a whole, right? Did y'all check out Hanging with Hero yesterday on Jennifer McGuire's channel? If you subscribe to Hero Arts and or Jennifer McGuire's channel, you know that Spellbinders and Hero Arts are merging. If you've been trying to go to heroarts.com, and I did try again this morning, the website is still down as they're doing the transitioning. Hero Arts and Spellbinders are going to be in the same warehouse. Hero Arts is out in California, and we all know what a mess California is. Everything just keeps going up in price and price and price out there. And I feel sorry for Wendy Cranford because she's dealing with that too. The high gas prices and everything. So anyway, Hero Arts is not going away. They will still have their own unique brand of products, but now everything's going to be under one roof. And, you know, it's just taken a little bit of growing pains to kind of get everything to come together. But anyway, if you missed that Hanging with Hero yesterday, go back and watch it. It was awesome. It was really awesome. I enjoyed that so much. Let's go ahead and just jump right into the card. I've been busy around here trying to get a few Christmas cards done. And when I say I've been busy around here, I don't want you to think that I'm just totally busy doing Christmas cards. I've been cleaning out my closet and getting, you know, things tidied up and spruced up. And every time I look around when I get done with one project, there's like 10 more saying, yay, over here, I need help. So some of the cards I've done, this is not all of them. This is a Gina K product, and I used Hero Arts Iridescent Lavender on the words. Not sure how well that's showing up for you on camera. And I thought that was really cute. And here is more Gina K. We're actually going to use this sentiment today on our completed card. And then there was this one where I did the ink blending. And then the Oh Holy Night, and I did emboss that in the clear embossing powder, just like we're going to do the Merry Christmas on here. I don't know if you can see that. It does have some of that clear embossing. So let's go ahead and get into it. I have only a very few GinaKDesigns inks, and I wanted to get into them and play with them. And guys, I love them. I do love them. I've got some Hero Art inks too, but I didn't have the right colors. And so I don't have just a whole lot of Gina K's. I only have 5 of her colors. I have her light, medium, and dark carnation. And I have Ocean Mist and Turquoise Sea. That's it. That's all I have right now. But guys, it's not cheap to buy ink pads and re-inkers, because I'm in a habit that when I buy ink pads, I always get the re-inker at the time I'm ordering. The only exception was when I ordered the light, medium, and dark carnation. I think it was the dark carnation that was out of stock on the refill. That was okay. I went ahead and asked to be notified by email when it came back into stock. They notified me. I've got it ordered. It's on the way. Okay. So we're going to start out with this Ocean Mist on this first layer. And I want you to see Hero Arts and Gina K have some of the easiest stencils too. And am I straight in the camera? There we go. It's crooked to me, but it's going to look straighter to you, I think. Easiest stencils ever to use. I have bought some stencils, and then after I got them, it was like, really? It's this complicated? So anyway, here we go. I'm going to load this up. A little bit of that Ocean Mist. I'm just going to kind of knock it off just a little bit. And I'm going to start, and everything on this layer. You can do the traditional green if you wanted to, but I wanted to do something just a little bit different. And at least I'm not doing a pink Christmas tree because I thought about it. I thought, yeah, I could do that. I could do a pink Christmas tree. But we're just going to take this Ocean Mist. Some areas are going to be maybe a little lighter than others. Maybe, maybe not. And we're just going to get this on here. And then we'll move on to the next stencil. I did pick up the... No wonder that's looking funky. I thought, wait a minute. I know my stencils are clean. And I thought, where's that navy blue coming from? Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. I picked up the wrong brush. Alrighty. Until I get that cleaned out, I'm going to bring in another brush. And I'm going to cut another piece of cardstock that is 4 by 5 1/4. Didn't even have a chance to tell you guys that's what that was. So I'm going to cut that real quick off screen. I can't believe I did that. See what happens? You run your mouth. You know how it is. It's just sometimes. So let me pick this up. Oh my word. Yes, and of course I have my waffle flower mat under it. Honestly, that doesn't look too bad if you were going for that kind of an effect. I'll have to remember that. Oh my word. I've got a piece of paper towel here that I've been cleaning my brushes on when I was playing with this earlier. I'm looking for my water. I just want a little mist of water. Doesn't have to be much. And I'm just gonna get this wiped up. Ah, goodness. I thought I had everything lined up, had all my little ducks in a row. Oh, my goodness. Well, that's all right. Onward and upward. All right, let me try to get this back straight for you. And I'm using my accent opaque cardstock, by the way. That is my favorite heavyweight cardstock right now. All right, let's try this again. By the way, it tells you that it is stencil 1, and I know you probably can't see that on camera, but it does tell you that is stencil 1. And you have the option, anytime you have a set of layering stencils, you can leave out layers. You can only do 1 layer. You could ink blend a pale color in the background before you started stenciling. You could absolutely do that. So, all right, let me see what I got going here. All right, let's try this again. It's been great here. It is summer again in East Tennessee. The air conditioning is actually on. But yet a couple of weeks ago, it was so cool, so chilly that I was getting out some winter jackets and things. So, yeah. Now, I'm going to make it kind of dark everywhere but the tree. You'll see what I'm talking about here in just a minute. It's a good idea to rotate clockwise, counterclockwise when you're working on a stencil. And I think this is going to be so pretty when all is said and done. And I can't wait to show you how we're going to pop that up and get that little shimmery goodness in there. Now I'm starting to get close to my tree. So I want some of this in here dark. Okay. I want my colors vivid, but I don't want them to fight for attention either. And I don't want my my tree to lose the detail. So I'm kind of, where the ink is kind of fresh on my brush, I'm filling in all the other areas, and I think you can see all this. Now, it should be a little bit darker on the bottom. It can even be a little darker around the edges. I don't want it that light. I mean, I do want, but I've got to be careful how much I put on there, because I want the accent layer to really show. But I'm loving GinaK's inks. So when you're ink blending, if you feel like, oh, this is a hot mess, give it a few. She ain't lying when she says she's got a smoothing agent in her inks. I think Simon Hurley does too. There's a couple other companies that put smoothing agents in their inks. Right now I'm just kind of going back over and I'm looking again to see where I might need to fill in a little bit more. Just a little bit. Especially these little circles. It can be kind of hard to get that in there. Am I good? I think I'm good. Alright, so I'm going to pick this up and put this away. Isn't that pretty? At this point, if you wanted to, you could be done. At this point, you could have some other panels cut and continue on and kind of do a mass producing. It is not hard to get these layered up. This is stencil number 2. And some of it is going to go off the edge. And I'm looking to see where I'm at to make sure I'm not getting up into anything we just did. I don't want to be into the flourishes or the Christmas tree. And I'm looking. It takes a second. Oh, but it's so worth it. Alright, I think I'm good there. Let me double check. Some of it's kind of close, but it's all good. So, when I was playing with this the very first time, I used GinaK's Dark Carnation. And it was pretty. It was. But I wanted it to be a little deeper red. And then I remembered, once upon a time, very first ink I ever ordered from her was a cube of the red velvet. Love this stuff. Alright, let's put Ocean Mist away and bring out the red velvet. Now I need another brush. Let me find one I can use. Okay, here's one. Let me double check this. Okay, there's nothing coming off. It was a gray one. It's not now, or it won't be. So we're going to go ahead and get this layer put in there. Get this inked up. I hate that I did that. Now I am going to have to go wash it out. Now, you know, using the paper towel method and getting off excess, like here. After we use it here in a little bit on the darker turquoise sea, yeah, there's nothing wrong with going in and wiping off that excess so that you can then go back to your lighter teal colors, and that's fine. That works great. But I really did a number on that brush. You see this? And then up to a point, you do want to go rinse them out. And ladies, don't use soap. Please don't. You'll never get out all of the suds. And that's going to make everything nasty. Your bristles will be stiff. It could actually degrade the life of your brush head by leaving extra soap in there. So let me tell you what you can do to avoid. I see a little something right here. Not sure what that is. It's a little fiber. There we go. It may have come off of that ink pad. Something I appreciate about GinaK's ink, their felt tip. I love it. Felt top. They're not that squishy. It has its place too, but for the most part, I do prefer these felt pads. And that's how Hero Art inks are too. I've got a few of theirs. I just didn't have the ones I wanted today. So, as you can tell, I am really piling this on. My stencil was stained already from where I had washed it, but it still had some staining. That's okay. Still usable. It's all good. And I just thought of something I don't have in here that I meant to have in here. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get around that. I am going to need a container of water to put the next stencil in. Hang on, guys. I'm going to pause you for just a minute and I'll be right back. Alright, so sorry about that, but yeah, I really needed to get that done. Alright, that was stencil number 2. Now we're coming in to stencil number 3. And this is going to put the details and extra foliage in. And I'm looking to see if I'm lined up right on top of where I've already put the foliage down in the lighter ocean mist. Now, some of these little dots are actually berries, and this layer will put in the tops of the berries, the middle of the poinsettias, and I'm looking, they look pretty even. So, any place where you see a big dot and there's just a little tiny cutout, that's like the little stem part of the berry. And sometimes they're to the side. But this all looks good. Look at that, guys. I didn't even have to finagle with it. Isn't that great? Now I am going to see if there's some excess here I need to get up, because I don't want to pull that in. We don't need that to happen again, do we? Alright, there we go. Let me get my lid on here. Am I getting inky? A little bit. I like it. That's my badge of honor. All right, at this point now, we are going to go in with the Turquoise Sea, which is darker. She's got one that is even darker than this. The name escapes me for the minute. Some of you are Gina K fans, and I know you'll know what it is. And so, no holes barred, I'm just going in full strength with this darker teal, even though it's due in the middle of the flowers, because that red was so intense and this is such a dark teal, it's going to look just fine, I promise. Whether it's the top of the berries or the middle of the poinsettias, it is all fine. At this point, if you wanted to on this layer, once you got everything inked up and took this layer off, you could go in with a black alcohol marker or a black fine point gel pen and just go into those little areas if you wanted to. If you wanted to make that pop more, that's certainly an option. I didn't have a problem with it. Now let's peel this up and see what we have so far. Oh, looky there. Isn't that coming together? Isn't that pretty? How easy, how easy, how relaxing. Yeah. All right. Number 4. And this is what I call the flourishes. And like right here and right here and right here, there are little circles where there's already a little dot. And I noticed on their sample packaging that was true there too. So I'm looking everywhere. All right, I want to, right here, I have the top of this ornament. I also have a star that's coming up right over the top of that tree. And so I want to make sure that's lined up. My ornaments are lined up. This one also has a little hanger on it. All right, let me just look really quick. I don't see where I'm going to run in to another color. Some genius come up with this stencil set. This would have absolutely drove me to drink. Now, I wanted to use a yellow that was going to really show up. And the yellows I was trying were fading out and you couldn't even see them. So forgive me. I'm bringing in Stampin' Up's Crushed Curry. Sorry. One of these days I will have a color very close to that I can use. And I'm going to use this big brush. I'm going to use this one instead of that little one. Make sure I've got good ink. And I'm going to have light and dark areas in here. But for the most part, this is about the shade of yellow I really wanted. I tried Lemon Lolly, which was a Stampin' Up color. I've only got one yellow in my Distress Oxides. I think I only have one. It wasn't really giving me the look I was going for. I'm getting there. I'm getting my Distress Oxides. But I'm having so much fun playing with other inks. It's awesome. Oh, here's one of my shed hairs. Let's get that out of the mix. Okay. And now I'm looking at every place I have been. Now I want to go back this way. I've got enough ink on this stencil and still on my brush. If there's any place that needs to fill in a little bit, it will. But I'm thinking that's looking pretty good. Okay. All right. We have this. If I can get a hold of it. Let me pull this up. Look. Isn't that awesome? You can stop right there. Now, let me pick this up so that you can see. See how that teal went in on that dark red? And it shows up, but it's not black. So if you would like for that to be black, absolutely. It wouldn't take you but a hot couple of minutes to get that done. Now, I have got to clean this off. I know everybody preaches to use alcohol because it dries so fast. But when I'm working with dye inks, I just don't have that much of a problem getting it cleaned up. All right, now, look here. Getting them cleaned up and get it ready to go again. And this doesn't have to be perfect. A little bit under there. And I am going to turn this. I use a paper towel until I can't use it anymore. I'm betting a lot of you are the same way. I love these paper towels I'm using, by the way. My husband actually gets them. They're about $1 a roll. And I think he gets them at Home Depot. But they have been the best things to have in my craft room. And $1 a roll, even the cheap ones are that much. And it does say on the label, compared to Bounty. So I'm happy with that. It's not perfect. I'll take it to the kitchen sink later. And we're going to lay this right back on here. I'm going to line this right back up. Do I have it up right? Yep. And just going to match everything right back up. Man, this is one of the easiest stencils I have ever used. Looky there. I didn't have to finagle everything, it just popped. It popped. Now what do I have hanging out under there? Wonder if that little, is that ink I got on there? Nah, you won't even know by the time all is said and done. So now what I'm bringing in, and the reason why I had to go run and grab that water, is Stickles Glitter Gel, and this one is called Moon Dust. So we're going to take some of this, and we are going to scoop some up. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? Subtle but effective. And we're just going to work that down in on this layer. I hope that noise doesn't bother you. I'm seeing more and more videos with the ASMR. Don't ask me to repeat what that stands for, but there are people, and I don't know what that is that keeps coming into my life. I don't want that in there. No. Okay. I think it might have been off that ink pad. Now, do I have it on here as well? Alright, onward and upward. And we're about there, And then we'll be able to work on the sentiment. And I'm taking it this way and that way. Now, I don't want it too thick. And I'm wanting to get up the excess. I don't want to leave like a glob on here. And kind of scrape this over to the side. Oh, that's tinted. Let's not put that back in there. Alright, I think I'm pretty good on that. So at this point, I'm going to peel this up. And, oh, look. Look, guys, isn't that pretty? Alright, stencils in the water. Spatulas in the water. Oh, my heavens. Alright, let me get rid of this nasty paper towel. That in the trash. I've got another piece of paper towel over here. I'm telling you guys, I use my paper towels till I can't use them anymore. Okay, I've got that, got that. Now I'm going to pick this up. Well, I said I was going to pick it up. Let me get my... There we go. I just needed to kind of get that started. It doesn't take a long time for this to dry. I will usually speed up the dry time. I'm going to throw that into my water too, just for good measure. Plus, it'll help hold the other down. And we're going to get some of this delicious goodness where we've been busy creating cleaned up. Slowly but surely, my little mat is getting stained, and I don't care. I'm loving this. So, as I'm filming this, it's Thursday, November 7th. It's going on 1 o'clock. Guess what's going on at 3 o'clock? At 3 o'clock, we will be live in the Creative Vault, doing a Zoom, all of us crafting together, talking together, and just having a terrific good time. And I'm kind of jonesing for it because in October, I was out of town for both Zooms. Not just one of them, both of them. I totally missed out. It broke my heart. And let me remind you, Wendy Cranford is doing a 21-day free trial. You can't beat a 21-day free trial. I don't know that I would have been that generous. I'm just being honest. Just don't know that I would have. All right, we're going to bring in the Misty. And you may have seen me use this before. This comes from Gina K. Festive Phrases. It is still on her website. Look at all those sentiments. And the matching dies. So, I've already pulled out the Merry Christmas. And you know, I love my VersaFine for fine detail. Even though this isn't really fine detail, I'm still going to use it because it is a pigment ink. And, alright, here we go. I was trying to keep everything in camera and I kind of ran out of room there. And then that way there, it will be easy to put the powder on it. I didn't even bother using my powder tool this time because I'm going to die cut it. So, I mean, in my opinion, that really doesn't matter. So, I'm just putting moderate pressure. I'm not squishing real hard. Oh, that looks so good. I see a few little areas up in the Mary. Let's do that just one more time. Put some ink on there. I'm going to be very gentle because at this point the ink, the cardstock has just about absorbed all of the ink it's going to absorb. Perfect. I'm happy. Happy. So we're going to corral this and I'm going to get my Hero Arts Clear. Love this stuff. It has worked so well for me. Okay, let's bring this in. Get a hold of this. We'll get it covered. My stolen camera, kinda, sorta. I'm gonna do that one more time. There we go. Yeah, I guess I have something on my finger. Must have got some ink on it. That's okay. Again, we're gonna die cut. Let me get my lid. I don't know about you guys. I'm really fussy when it comes to heat embossing. I can't stand to heat emboss and have my powder open. Have I done it? I have. And I've been nervous the whole time. So, I'm just going to be true to myself. I'm going to get that corralled and put that away. I do need to get out my chamois and wipe off my Merry Christmas. That is pigment ink right there. And I'll try really hard not to have that come into your ears. I'm sorry. There's a lot of times after a video, I actually will take them to the kitchen sink with a soft toothbrush and some soap. And I will use soap on those and make sure I get it out of the crevices, because I can see I didn't quite get it all. I'm okay with the staining, but I don't want any ink to reactivate the next time I go to use that stamp in case I'm using a different ink. Okay, I'm going to set that to the side. And of course I'm going to start up my heat tool over here as far away from the camera microphone as I can. And I'm going to bring in a pair of tweezers so I can hold on to this. I do this one-handed. I should be able to. Come on now. Come on. And even though it's my left hand, so funny story. I was born being left-handed. But back in the day, not that I'm as old as Methuselah, I don't mean that, but my parents were raised that there was a stigma with being left-handed. And so as soon as they realized I was favoring my left hand, they had me start using my right hand. I kind of wish they hadn't done it, but I mean, really, I guess no harm done. Alright, that should be good and hot. Yeah. Let me see if I can hold this where you can see it changing, because isn't that so much fun to watch? 100,000 times later, it's still fun to watch. Alright. Just make real sure I didn't miss anything. And there we go. And there's all that shimmery goodness. Can you see it? And that's sweet. Alright, we're going to give that just a second to cool off, and we're gonna die cut, and then we'll be ready to just put everything together and be done. All right, yeah, it's barely warm, and I'm gonna bring in my new Hero Arts compact cutter. And I'm going to kind of stick that in there. I need the die. That might help. That might really, really help. Now I'm looking for it here. There it is. I see it. See where you can kind of see part of that M? That's how I know it's that die. And just to make sure it doesn't move, I'm going to tape it down. Now, I do believe, don't quote me, I'm going to have to go and make sure I didn't dream it. Is that straight? I think that's straight. I'm going to reuse a couple of my pieces of mint tape over here. Okay, there we go. There we go. That should hold that down. But I think scrapbook.com has now come out with magnetic magic mats that fit these small cutters. I think they have. Will they fit all of them? I don't know. I need to go and check that out. Well, all right. It's ready to go. It is really wanting to go. Alright. I've never had to run anything back. Look at that. Was that effortless or not? Alright. Let me retrieve my die. Probably not going to try to use that tape anymore. See, now that sounds like it's got a lot of sticky left. But honestly, it really doesn't. So we're just not going we're not going to worry about trying to reuse that. My die back over there on that magnet mat. Okay, I'm going to move this out of the way. And I know that this is probably not dry yet. So I'm going to pause the video one more time and we're going to get this good and dry. I'll be right back. Alright guys, it seems to be really stable, pretty dry. You see how well that lined up with the top of that ornament and the star right over the top of the tree and this ornament. And you saw how easy it was, guys. If I can do it that easy, you can too. I have a card base that is 4 1/4 by 11 out of my accent opaque, scored at 5 1/2. And I have a piece of black cardstock that is cut 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and we are going to go ahead and get that put down if I can find my glue. There we go. I've actually ordered more GinaK fine tip glue bottles. I had 2 of them. I have lost one. Ask me how you lose a glue bottle. If anybody can lose a glue bottle, I can. Anyway, I have looked high and low. Don't know what happened to it. Have no idea. And at the class the other day, somebody somehow while they were crafting and making their cards, they lost their pen. I had one left with me. And it was like, thank you God for being so wise to have me put that in my bag. So, it was awesome. Able to save the day, but now it's time to replace. It's time to get some extras. So yes, I have also ordered an extra tip pack. Like you can get the tips that go from medium to fine to super fine, that kind of thing. Yeah. I got enough glue. I do, but I'm not real close to the edge there. There we go. Alright, we're going to get this centered on here, and this piece was 5 by 4 1/4, if I didn't tell you that already. And am I good? No. Slip sliding away. There we go. This may not be totally dry, but it is going to be dry enough to get this finished with you. And I'm very gently, let me move these. I'm just going to open this up. And y'all have seen me use it before, and I know it looks like a hot mess, but my inside sentiment is from that Sunny Studio stamp set that I love so much. It's called Inside Greetings Christmas. And I used Wishing You His Fullest Blessings this Christmas seasons. And I used that Flourish. So, I also have a piece of black for the inside, and this is also 4 by 5 1/4. And then my piece of white that I've got my sentiment on is 3 3/4 by 5. I stamped the words in GinaK's Red Velvet. And then I stamped the Flourish in the Ocean Mist. Alright, am I on here good? But anyway, I did go ahead and pre-do that part. Yeah, I kind of messed up there. Can you see? I had something on my stamp. Some kind of little something something. That's okay. Cardstock has 2 sides. This accent opaque is so nice. I can do that, and you can't see it from the front. It's not so thin that it's see-through at all. But I'm excited about the Zoom, guys. And at some point, I probably need to eat something. But we have so much fun doing those 2 Zooms a week. Now, on top of that, there are 2 other lives. The Zooms are just something extra, and we can craft along or just, visit, however you want to use that time. Okay. And she has a Creative Vault Facebook group, in case you're not aware of that. You can, be for free on the Facebook group. Absolutely. But go check out. I'm going to put my link below, and I do understand from Wendy Cranford that my link, even though it's an affiliate link, and yes, I earn a small commission if you subscribe to her vault, but you're not paying extra. But that free 21-day trial is built in to my affiliate link as well. I wasn't sure about that last week when I brought that up, so we're going to pop up this sentiment and be done. I have got so much stuff, Christmas related, that I haven't even used yet. I have a sweet winter, also can be Christmas, big stamp set from Hero Arts. I have stuff from Gina K. I have more stencils. I just have more stuff. And I don't know how I'm going to get a video made with half of it before we, and if y'all are getting tired of seeing Christmas cards, if you're getting burnt out, please let me know. I will happily move on and do other things and do my Christmas card making in private. But who wouldn't love to get that? Isn't that pretty? I could see doing it for a birthday. If it's a winter birthday, why not? Why not? Just because there's that tree in there. It doesn't have ornaments on it. Oh, me. Okay, and I think I'm going to put this right about... See where that poinsettia is right there? And then there's one there, and one there, and there. And then you have ornaments coming down. So there was a method to my madness as to where I put this. And it is it straight? Am I straight? I think so. Let me make sure. Am I still straight? Straighter? Oh, I think I was straighter. Now I can go ahead and apply pressure. What do you think, guys? Do you like it? I hope you do. And just in case, leave your comments below. Card number 1, and this is Gina K stamp set. Beautiful, beautiful. I've enjoyed playing with it. This is also out of that same Gina K stamp set with the ink blended background. And then with this one, I used an embossing folder, and I inked up the embossing folder so that when I came out with the deboss side of it, because this is debossed, all of that was in the background automatically. I feel like I put a little bit too much pink on the background here, but so yeah, let me know. So card 1, nope, card 1 is this one. In fact, I have a pen here, and I'm just going to put a faint 1, and I'm going to put a faint 2 on the back of this one. I'm going to put a real faint 2, and I'm going to put a real faint 3. So if you would like to see any of these done, just leave the number in the comments below. Hey, I like 1, 2, or 3. So one more time. Here's card 1, card 2, card 3. Or if you want to see something completely different. If you want to see more stencils. Yes, I have more stencils. Yes, I do. Not all of them are necessarily Christmas, but yes, I do. All right, guys, until we meet again, do be safe, be blessed. Know you are loved, and God is good all the time. Bye.